Hey everyone, it is the day after Easter, so if you're like me, you're probably ready to have something a little different from, your holiday casseroles. So today we're going to do something a little different and do some shrimp and scallop in a Asian sweet and spicy sauce, which is going to be fruit along with some spices, and it's going to seem like an unusual combination, but I think it's going to work out really well. So let's go ahead and get started. So the base of our sauce is going to be strawberries, but we're also going to use some white wine, some soy sauce, some black pepper, some turmeric, a good bit of red pepper, and we might throw in some hot sauce as well, and some garlic. And then we're going to cook our scallops and our shrimp in an onion and pepper and cilantro mix. So one of the things I'm really learning from the show is talking to other people who cook. And on this recipe, for example, I'm going to let the pan heat up before I put in my olive oil, rather than before like I've been doing my whole life. And they said that letting the pan heat first before the olive oil gives a better flavor and gets a better searing effect onto whatever you're cooking. So now our pan is good and hot, and we're going to coat the bottom of the pan with some of our extra virgin olive oil. And that was probably a little under a quarter of a cup. And now it's time to pour in about a cup of strawberries. That might be about a cup and a half, maybe one or two more. And let's just spread these out so we make sure that they're cooking evenly and you don't have piles of strawberries while they're starting to heat through. So now I'm taking a potato masher and just going through and mashing down the clumps of strawberries, and this is going to make it easier as we're making our sauce. It's going to help in the caramelization process. So at this point we're going to add 2 scoops of minced garlic and some of our soy sauce, and then we're going to stir that through again. And now we're going to add our red pepper and you can add more or less depending on how hot you want it to be, and a little bit, not too much, about a half a teaspoon of turmeric. A little that goes an awful long way. And we want to add in some black pepper. Again, not too much, otherwise it will overwhelm what you're cooking. So now that our ingredients have started to cook through, next thing we're going to do is add in about a cup of white wine. That's going to give that a stir for a few minutes. I think I'd like to put in about a quarter cup of chicken broth. And I'm just going to keep stirring that for another minute or so. So we're going to turn our sauce down for a little bit while it finishes, and we can go ahead and start on our shrimp. So in this pan we're also going to add in our olive oil. About 4 or 5 teaspoons. So now that it's turned down a little bit, we're going to add in some of our smoked paprika, and we don't want to do that too early because we want to keep the paprika flavor, and if you cook it while it's cooking, you'll kind of lose it in the searing in the sauce. So we want that kind of smoky flavor to stand out at the end. And similarly, we're going to put in a couple sprinkles of cumin, and just to kind of bring out that smoky, sort of multi-layered taste. So now it's time to put in our onion, and I would say a little under half of a cup. We have about 2 pounds of shrimp, I think. So now let's check on our shrimp, and they're coming along pretty well. So they don't need very much, but let's just do a sprinkle or two of our paprika, a dab of soy sauce, and a couple of sprinkles of black pepper, and we're just going to leave them like that, and stir them, and they're pretty close to being done. And as soon as they're done, we're going to pour them into our sauce mix. Okay, so now we're just going to start scooping our shrimp into our sweet and sour sauce, or sweet and sour, spicy in this case, sauce. We're just going to put in a couple sprinkles of our cornstarch. Not very much, it's pretty thick as it is, but it's going to have a nice glazing effect. The last thing we're going to add in is our lime juice, and you want to do that almost at the very, very end because you want that flavor to stand out. Now we're going to turn off our stove and just stir that in and let that sit for a minute. Some leftover steamed rice, and that's good for a couple of days as long as it's in an airtight container. So we're just going to take some of our sweet and sour and spicy shrimp and just ladle it over some steamed rice. There we go. And a little bit more of the sauce. And there you have it. Bone apple teeth.